Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you guys are new around here, my name is Divyanka and I'm a doctor of pharmacy here in the US. On this channel, I really strive to provide you guys with resources to help build your ideal professional life. In an earlier video on this channel, I went over what an MSL is, aka a medical science liaison, what they do, what their duties are, what their role encompasses. And so today, I'm going to talk about skills that are necessary to become a successful MSL. An MSL as a role is quite hot nowadays. It is a very sought out role within the pharmaceutical industry. And so I want to go over these skills to help any of you out there who are looking to become MSLs to know that these are the skills you really need to work on. Let's just get straight into it. Number one is communication. This is literally the bread and butter of your role as an MSL. You are always talking to KOLs, healthcare professionals, the medical community, giving presentations, setting up meetings, talking on panels. You're always talking. So communication needs to be the number one skill you work on. Also, because you're not based in the home office of the company, you're going to be communicating through email a lot. Basically, your whole job revolves around communication. So if you're not a good communicator, it probably will not go well for you. So this is the number one skill needed as an MSL. Next, integrity. And I have put this at second because it is so important to keep this in mind. I would say overall pharma has actually a very bad rep in the world. And regardless if that's right or wrong, I think that integrity is something you really need to keep close to your core values as an MSL, because you're going to be talking to a lot of different healthcare professionals and there are things that you can say and you can't say. And more than any other role in the pharmaceutical industry, because you are externally facing all of these different healthcare professionals, you really need to remember that and take that into consideration and make sure that you don't cross that boundary where you're not practicing integrity anymore. So just keep it in mind. It will help you professionally, it will help your role, it will help the company, everything. Next, flexibility. As an MSL, you're going to be traveling all the time, talking to all these different healthcare professionals, and the landscape of your work, your presentations, how you need to present things, all the information that you're given will change on literally a daily basis. Not only that, but as you're meeting with these KOLs, other healthcare professionals, the medical community, times, places, all of these logistical things will always change. So overall, you really need to employ the habit of being flexible always. Know that your schedule changes, and of course, there might be some things that you can't do, but make sure that as much as you can, you're flexible with your schedule, with your time, with your work, everything. It's only going to help you become a better MSL, and again, if you're flexible towards others, you will probably get a better response from the medical community and the KOLs that you're interacting with. Next, this kind of goes hand in hand with flexibility, but this is adaptability. Adaptability is a little different than flexibility because it really encompasses the fact that once things change, you can actually adapt to it and respond in an equal or better way. So as things change, as your presentations change, make sure the quality of your work doesn't change. Make sure you're still portraying yourself, the company, the presentation at a very high level, because again, not only are you externally facing and you are the face of this company, but you also represent yourself and you want to portray yourself like that for business, for reputation, for patients, for investigators, for everything. Next, the skill of listening. Especially as an MSL, your job is to go and talk to all these KOLs, gather their opinions, bring them back to the company and show them what they need to work on to improve their product, their profile, their disease work, etc. So you really have to be a good listener. You need to take what all these people are saying, make sure you decipher it well, come to the right conclusions, and actually be helpful as an MSL. So all of that is going to come from being a good listener. Next, interpersonal skills. Like I said, you are communicating with these professionals and all types of people all day long, every single day at your job. This is the case for an MSL way more than any other role within the pharmaceutical industry. So it's incredibly important that you are working continuously to better your interpersonal skills and to improve that relationship building. That is your job as an MSL, so this is something you should actively work on. You are the relationship builder between the company and the KOL. So not only is it in your job profile, but as you work on your interpersonal skills, it'll become easier to actually do your job, and you'll probably do a better job at doing what you're supposed to do. So overall, this is something that should always be a work in progress. Always take notes and internalize on, okay, how did that interaction go? What could have gone better? What did I do wrong? What went well? All those questions after honestly every single interaction. And last but not least, you really have to work on your scientific skills. As an MSL, you'll probably be hired again as a PharmD and MD, someone with a scientific background, but you need to make sure you're always brushing up on those skills and you can speak to the science. You are talking to KOLs, high-profile medical professionals, and the questions that you're going to get on the company's drugs, products, etc. are going to be very scientific based. So even though you might not be the one creating the presentation that you are presenting, you have to be incredibly sound on the science, because otherwise, again, reputation, not only your own, but the company's and the drug product are all not going to go well if you can't speak to the science. That is the bread and butter of your job, of what you're trying to convey. So always try to brush up on this, know your stuff, and there's just no excuse to not knowing. Those are the 7 most important skills that you need to become a successful MSL. If you are currently an MSL, these skills are things you should always have on your list to brush up on, think about, and really work towards on a daily basis. And if you're looking to be an MSL, then these are, of course, skills you should work on to succeed in not only attaining the role, but being successful in the role in and of itself. I hope this video was helpful for anyone interested in being an MSL, or if you're already an MSL, to remind you. As always, I really do hope all of my videos are helpful. So if you thought it was, please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you have not already for more helpful videos like this. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. That is it for today's video, and you guys will of course see me in the next one.